Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah and to the fourth and final card in this month's Let's Go Shopping card class. This one, I'm going to change up a little bit actually from this card. This one I've coloured using watercolour pencils, but I've got a massive pile of Stampin' blends that I'm going to have a play about with. So we're going to get kind of two similar cards with two different looks for this fourth one. So I'm going to move those off to one side a second. And I have also done a couple of steps ahead. So I have got a Night of Navy card base. Just needs a bit of a burnish actually because it's popping up a little bit. As always, all of the measurements for the cards in this card class are available in the PDF download. The link to that is in the down bar below. I've got a piece of the Designer Series paper. I have already gone ahead and heat embossed this piece of grey granite with 3 of the shop front stamps. And then I have got, well, it turns out to be 2 scraps of basic white. I'll use this one. Yeah, I'll use that one because it's smaller and fit through my mini cut and emboss machine for the bits of stamping. So, shall we get to stamping? That'd be good, wouldn't it? So, I have got somewhere on my desk a Memento basic black tuxedo black ink, and the reason I've got this one is because we're going to because of colouring with blends. I want a water-based black. You could actually use any of the Stampin' Up inks for this, and it would work. The only one you can't use really is Stays On, and that is because Stays On is alcohol-based or solvent-based, and so if you're going to use alcohol markers, which is what Stampin' Blends are, it's going to make the colour's going to run a little bit. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the cute little pot plant as well. So I'm trying to be really careful with my Memento. If you watch my vlog on Wednesday, you will see I had a bit of a stamping disaster with a Memento pad this week. Yeah, that'll be the vlog from Wednesday. So, I've got so much stuff out on my desk now. I've got everything for this class, and then I also started making a card last night, which I still need to finish, which I need to finish because I got a Memento pad on it, but you will have seen that in the vlog. If you haven't seen it, do pop over to my YouTube channel and check that out. I'm trying to vlog once a week-ish at the moment. Yeah, seeing how it goes. I enjoy a bit of vlogging. It's fun. So I've stamped the sentiment in Night of Navy ink, just as while I'm doing all the stamping, all the stamping together. So I'm going to colour these with my blends. So I've got Misty Moonlight as my blue. And I don't really know what other colours I'm going to choose yet. I don't know if I'm going to stick to this colour palette or if I'm going to do something different. What I did to get these colours, which I know looks quite random, the green is separate, but these colours, so that's Flirty Flamingo, Pumpkin Pie, Crumb Cake, Daffodil Delight and Misty Moonlight are all in the paper. And then I needed green, and I haven't got any of the greens that are in the paper in blends, so this is Granny Apple. But still, it's fine. We can make it work. So, I'm going to use the light Misty Moonlight first. And I'm just going to colour with sort of lines, really. And I'm just going to see how it goes, because I'm not totally sure. I've not really got a plan for what I'm going to colour what colour. I just know I want the shop itself to be blue, because I've got something about having a blue shop. I think there's a shop that's blue, a shop front, oh there is actually, there's a shop front that's blue in the paper, and so that's just sort of in my head. I do love Stampin' Blends. I go through sort of fits and starts with them, but I am really enjoying them at the moment, and I think it probably comes from, if you saw my class, my monthly card class last month, we used Zany Zoo, and I have been really enjoying Zany Zoo, and that's definitely a stamp set to colour with. So yeah, I did a little bit of colouring in that class, but nothing anywhere near as much as I'm doing in this one card. So I'm hoping it's not going to take too long to colour in. So while we're colouring, I do have some colouring tips. Stampin' blends are really nice because they take, unless it's really hot. I did discover this past couple of weeks that my Stampin' has been drying really quick, but they tend to dry a little bit more slowly, and that means that it doesn't matter too much about how you colour, because as long as you kind of overlap yourself, you're not going to get streaky images. Saying that, when it's been really hot here, I say hot, really hot for the UK, I did have some images that I struggled with a little bit because it was so warm. The ink was drying really, really fast. And it is quite warm in my craft room today, but not as hot. Nowhere near as hot as it was last week. So, yeah, I'm filming this on Tuesday afternoon, and so if you are in the UK, you will know it's absolutely bucketed it down today. So I'm going to just add a little bit of dark colour to both sides, and then underneath this like pretty detail at the top, and then just go all the way along and add a bit of shadow, and then underneath the windowsill as well. And then I'm actually going to get out my colour lifter. Now, I don't use this pen very often. This is a white or clear ink pen, and it just pulls the colour back a little bit. So kind of, so it allows you to put sort of highlights in. So you can see that was sort of highlighted a little bit. I'll go back in a little bit with that because it's just a bit too much. There we go. So that's that. Then I'm going to have a pink front door, I think. This is Light Flirty Flamingo, which is quite neon. When it first goes on, it's like, oh, goodness me, that's a colour. But I think it dries back into it kind of mellows as it dries. Because when you first put it on, it is a bit much. So there's that. And then I think we'll have yellow, a dark yellow for the sign and the letterbox. And then I'm going to go on with crumb cake. And so I'm going to do crumb cake for the steps and for the window frame. And then I think I'm going to leave the windows white. What I do need to do, and I will do on this channel, is a card using this particular stamp set as a frame, because I think a shaker card, because I think this would be amazing. There are dies that cut out the windows, which I think will be lovely. So I'm going to use light crumb cake for the pot, like that, and a bit of dark for under those leaves and down one side to get a little bit of shadow. Let's blend that out. There we go. See, they blend so nicely. And then we're just going to have a little bit of Granny Apple Green for the leaves. And then we just need to die cut everything and put it all together. So this card it's one of those cards that looks really fiddly, but comes together really quickly. So I'm just dabbing on some dark colour just to add a little bit of variation, and I'm not going to blend that out. How cute are they? I think that's coloured really, really nicely. They're just adorable. So I need the shop front and, ooh, oh, this desk is actually incredibly messy now. Oh, goodness me, where is the die? There it is. There are 2 of these dies that cut out this pot plant. Can I find the other one? Of course not. Has it magically disappeared into thin air? It has, along with one of the other dies in the set, and I can't remember which die it is now, that's also completely vanished. And I really wanted it, and I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, I've had 2 of the dies completely disappear. They will be somewhere on my desk, or under my desk, or somewhere in my craft room. And they'll turn up, because they can't have got very far. But yeah, they've gone walkabout for the minute. Right. Oh. I'll bring in my mini cut and emboss machine. I love this machine, it's so handy. And the sandwich, if you're ever wondering, is printed on the base plate, which is the same as the big machine. So if you're ever wondering what you need to cut anything, they are sort of there automatically. So let's just get this through. Ooh. There we go. Just a little bit stiff going through because it's a square die pretty much, and so it's a bit stiff because it's got a flat edge. If I sent a round die through it, it's fine, but yeah, with a flat edge it can struggle a little bit. So if you put like a square through your die cutter machine, even if like your big machine it'll be the same, try and put it through sort of on a wonk, and so like this edge is going to come first, and it'll be less clunky, and it won't bang as much. But with a little machine, and that die is quite large for the machine, it won't fit on a wonk, so it has to go through square on, and it's fine, it's just not as happy as it possibly could be. So there we go, all those pieces cut ready, so it's just time for assembly. So I've got my card base. I'm going to use my seal as always, she says, as my seal runs out. It's always good, isn't it? Always good in the middle of class for things to just, run out. But it's fine because I have a spare really handy. The refills come in these like funny plastic bags, and you just pull them out, put the other one in the bin, and can you see there's like 2 posts, so they go in the middle of each of the spools, cover it all over, and we're ready to go again. You just need to wind it on a little bit, so you get to the adhesive, find the adhesive, ready to go. Simple, quick as that. So I'm going to pop that quite centrally on my card base, and then my heat emboss piece. I just love doing this. I just think it's really, really pretty. I've done it a few times now. Did it on a card I shared on Instagram about 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it's just lush. So I've done it a few times. I really enjoy it. So we're going to pop up our little shop on some dimensionals. So probably 4. Yeah, 4 will do. Backings off of all of those. And then I'm going to pop that in line with the others this time. So this one I've popped up. I think I'm going to keep them in line this time, she says. I'm going to get them in line because that one's slightly wonky. I'm trying to cover that up as well. So yeah, no, slightly above. There we go, that works. Then I want a dimensional on my little pot plant as well. Just going to go on like just off the side. sit there. And then I can pop a dimensional on, actually the mini one actually. So I want a mini dimensional on the end of lock. I'm going to pop a little bit of adhesive on the good end. Hope that makes sense. Ooh, that's going off the top of my screen. Take the backing off again. And then so you've got, let me see, I've got a dimensional on one side. And then, let's see if I can get it to focus. Probably not. Yeah, a bit of adhesive on the other. And then so if I turn it over, the adhesive is underneath the word good and the dimensional is underneath the word lock. So then I can just do that and it will be flat, but it's the same height as the shop. And that is the 4th card. So we've now made 4 cards with this fabulous stamp set. So you have this one, you have our fabulous pop-up card, the yellow and green, and then I think these ones are my favourites. This is card number 1. I just love that pop of Melon Mambo. So I hope that you have enjoyed class this month. If you are interested in my classes, do pop over to my blog. All the information, as always, is over there. And I will see you next month for another fun card class. Thank you ever so much for joining me. See you again soon. Bye for now.